Ladies and gentlemen, at 5:30, so we will begin. We will call to order our Board of Public Works and Safety for this Monday, September the 13th, 2021. We'll now go to the roll call from our Clerk Treasurer, Jan Hart.
Mayor Emick.
Here.
Karen Gracious.
Here.
Tom Lewis.
Here. You have before you the minutes from our 2021 August 23rd meeting. Are there any questions about that, or any typos or any additions or subtractions to this? None? We will entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll make a motion to present them.
Presented.
Presented.
The motion is made by Karen and seconded by Tom. Questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Okay, thank you very much. Old business. What do we have on old business? Okay, nothing. Do we have anything from Jess at this point? The department heads? Chief, do you have anything for us tonight?
No, I'll just tell you, I don't, nothing I have planned, I just let the board know that when it gets closer, I'll brief you more on vehicles. I've talked to Mr. Conkler with these chip problems with vehicles. It may be interesting when we go to buy vehicles. Normally at this time they have between 20, 25 trucks on their lot, and that's what I've looked at the years past to buy one in November, and they've got one. This September there's one left. So just a heads up, it may be interesting. They've got a bunch of Durangos. They've got no cars in. They're back ordered in one truck, so we'll have to see.
I see all these trucks parked as well, all over the place. The car auction in Clarksville, the state fairgrounds had them. I mean, this is a tremendous amount of cars. Are you going into the chip manufacturing business?
I'm thinking about it.
You used to have a show on TV like that, didn't it, with law enforcement?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, see, so you go. Ms. Jessica, what else do you have?
Well, I have 3 items here on the agenda in a row. I'll start with the first one being the Mid-America Science Park waivers.
So we're going down into new business now then?
Yeah, if you're good, if you're okay with it.
So nothing else from any of the department heads?
Not until I get to personnel issues.
Okay, then let's go down to Ms. Jessica on the waivers.
The first 2 waivers I'm going to ask for is the Ride for a Cure event, which is 9/17 and 9/18 this Friday and Saturday, and that is a nonprofit fundraiser. And the second one that I'm going to ask for is Scott County Leadership Day, which is going to be on Wednesday, 9/22.
Let's take these one at a time.
Okay.
Would you explain to everyone what this is?
Ride for a Cure is a nonprofit organization that does a once a year main fundraiser. They have several small ones throughout the year. This year they have 6 recipients that are cancer patients that they will take all the money that they raise throughout the year, and that night of the 18th that they will take the money that they have raised, they will split it 6 ways, and they will hand cash envelopes to the 6 recipients. These are 3 youth that have cancer right now that are facing financial, with their medical issues, and 3 adults that have cancer as well. And so they raise this money and give it to the families to be able to use for whatever their needs may be. And they ask for the 17th and the 18th, so they can do the setup on the 17th, and then the 18th is the day of their ride. And then when they get back, they have a meal, a silent auction, and some entertainment.
That's basically a Saturday ride. The 17th, I think, is to set it up. And typically, I mean, I was there last year, and it was huge. If you've never been out there doing that, you should come and see. And motorcycle, right? Motorcycle.
They do
4x4s. It's
Jeeps. They do anything.
Yeah. Weren't you out there last year with your motorcycle and sidecar?
Yep, you were my sidecar.
Yes, So, but I'm telling you, it is, and you're able to see the families in need and pray with those families in need. And we had one family there that was in need, and yeah, there was a bad outcome there. But
There,
this happened to be a situation that they were able to go to Disney and just have a good time.
two of last year's recipients have passed away since last year.
So it's a very worthwhile, and my understanding, every dime goes to these 4 to 6 people, whoever they choose.
Yes.
And you know, with the Mid-America Science Park being on its own under the auspices of the city now, I'm very cognizant and don't want to give things away because the expenses were. But this is one that I am so much in favor of, simply because it is a massive help to people in our area that are facing major life and death situations. So I would like to bring that one to you first, if that's okay.
Okay,
Any questions?
sounds like a good cause.
If you would all like to come, they actually give a meal as well. And anybody is at home, want to come, please join in. This is a very, very worthwhile cause. How far do they go, Jess?
I'm not sure how far they go, but the registration's going to be 9 to 11:30 a.m. and the ride's going to start at noon, and then they usually get back about 4 or 5.
4 or 5. So I mean, it's not just a ride around the square. So,
And I do have the name of the 6 that they're riding for this year, if that's something you guys would be. They're riding for Jonathan Ashley, Hannah Roy, Reed Arbuckle, Julie Reeves, Rita Bailey, and Marsha Amos.
My niece's son.
wow, is it really?
Actually.
Wow. So you and Danny gonna be riding in the race? Not race, but in the
I might be, but
Yeah,
maybe won't
yeah.
be.
well, so very worthwhile. So do we have a motion then to go forward and approve this waiver?
I'll make that motion.
Thomas makes a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Unanimous, thank you. Council, you've got a nice time today.
Thank you.
Very nice.
I'll
Second,
pick it out.
huh?
I'll pick it out.
Good job, Ella. Next we have,
The Scott County Leadership Day, this is similar to the one that you guys approved back in April. This is an organization that is comprised of members from Scott County, Clark County, Floyd County, and Harrison County. This time there's only 2 people from Scott County, everywhere else is from Clark, Floyd, and Harrison. And this is their leadership day for Scott County, so they will be promoting the city of Scottsburg, the Mid-America Science Park. The mayor will be out there. They're usually only out there for a couple hours, and we're asking for a waiver of their fees for that day as well, since they will be promoting the city and the science park.
now let me explain this. They're not really utilizing it, but they are using it. The reason they're only utilizing it is their place to come to begin. Because all they're gonna do is come and sit down. They're gonna hear a little bit of a spiel from me. I think there are maybe some donuts that they might give out from the coffee shops or whatnot. And then they're gonna go on a tour of the Mid-America Science Park. They're gonna get on a bus and they go throughout all of Scott County. So they're not there outside of just, this is where you're going to get on the bus at. And when we got you here, let's show you the Mid-America Science Park. Because we've got things we're going to do at the Mid-America Science Park that we can't really explain right now because the press is here. So, but we have a lot of things that are coming forward in the Mid-America Science Park. Now that the wastewater is saying we're able to turn our face toward other areas that we are going forward with, and this is going to be a very exciting development for our community here, is the Mid-America Science Park. So, but again, this one is because it is bringing people in just to get on buses and take a tour. I don't see that we're going to be out money there. So this is the one that I'm endorsing as well. So, is there questions, comments?
No.
If you want to go on the tour, sign up. It's lovely. And you have one of Scott County's leading historians, Joe Gibson, who will be leading that tour. All tremendous amount of history, and going, I think, to the Go Farm for lunches and out to Hardy Lake and, you know, reasons beyond, as it were, so.
What day is
That is,
9/22, Wednesday, 9/22.
Fine, second.
maybe you and your bride would like to join. It's a great day, it really is. And, so, any questions, comments?
Yeah.
We'll entertain a motion then to go forward on this.
I'll make that.
Motion is made for the Scott County, is there a second?
I'll second.
Karen Gracious seconds. Questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next,
Do you want me to do these last three together or separate?
let's go separate.
Okay. The first one is Power of the Purse, which is done by United Way. Their event is on November the 12th. They had a fee waiver last year, however, they had to cancel due to COVID, and so they have asked for another fee waiver. And the flyer that they gave said that the Power of the Purse is a special event brought to you by United Way of Scott County that celebrates the power of women supporting our community. When highly motivated and caring women come together, each with their own diverse backgrounds and life experiences, they can have a tremendous impact on the other lives and programs they are responsible for. This year's event will feature the ever-popular live male models showing off our name brand beautiful purses, delicious hors d'oeuvres by Country Classics, and so much more. And they're doing it on Friday, November the 12th that evening. And they're asking for the fee waiver on that.
So we wait last year.
We, you know,
They
again,
didn't do it.
Huh?
They didn't do
they
it.
didn't do it, and I tell you what, in this, we are changing our face on these things. We just cannot continue to give things away. I can see giving it out to people who have monumental things going on in their lives, life and death. I understand that. I can do it. You know, and for somebody just to get on a bus there, no big deal. But now you're going to have this for 3 or 4 hours.
So what's the way forward?
I mean,
Make a
I
motion to
mean,
deny the
I
waiver?
mean,
Is that the-
in my mind, I think we need to collect something. I think we need to collect, we have people out there, I want, anytime there's an event there, I'm gonna have Scottsburg personnel there. So I think we need to have, and again, I think that as a benevolence, we try to help those who are down, but in this situation, because it's going to be it too is United Way is a benevolent entity as well. But if it's going to be there for a half a day, just like, and this motorcycle, they're going to be there. They're going to gather there and they just take off. And when they come back, I think that's when they have a little bit of a meal. They're not all inside there. When I was out there last time, they were outside. They had picnic tables out there, tents out there. They were eating out there like that. So, but again, I guess I need to know what your minds are. Mine is such that I think that if it's going to be this way, I think that we need to have some type of remuneration for something.
Yeah, I mean, the only ones we hear about are the ones that are asking for a waiver. So,
Right.
Is this
And I would say, could I
Yes,
interject
please,
here, Mayor?
please.
That is probably something that I believe will be coming to Board of Works, because we are working with council now on some rates and different things for out of Mid-America Science Park. So I would say, and I just seen an email from Josh that I have not had time to respond to today about operational SOPs. That would be something that we really need to have that in writing. And I would say, would that not be coming to the Board of Works, Josh? For the Mid-America Science Park, would they be approving the policies at the Mid-America Science Park as far as rentals?
And they could. I mean, I respond back to your email when you said you haven't responded to me. I'm not been a part of that process so far, so I'm not for sure where things stand. We have the lease agreements. I mean, I was mentioned in your email as well that we've done on.
The lease agreements are more for the leasees. It's the contractual, the ones that are just renting a room, different things like that. We have, we'll be bringing some things together. And I would assume, if not, we're working with council on it now. Maybe they can approve it and just put it in their ordinance. that might be the best way to go.
You know, and I think too, we might look at areas like United Way and things of this nature that are really a non-profit, but want to be benevolent and help, not maybe so much to waive the fee, but maybe have a lesser rate. And I don't know, when is this due, Jess?
The Power of the Purse, their event's November 12th.
Okay, so we're gonna have another event this month. Let's talk to council this evening and see if we can do something like that and maybe come up with some type of an idea so that it is a benevolent institution such as United Way, that we can maybe give a little bit better rate than what would be normal, so.
Well, I'm all in favor of being benevolent to the benevolent groups, but
Mhm.
I'm with you. You can't just continue to give everybody it,
Yeah,
then nobody's paying for it.
Yeah.
So.
and, you know, so,
But all the only ones we hear are the ones that are asking for waivers, so I don't know, is this one out of 100 that's asking, or one
We
out
have
of 10?
extensive research that we could show you if you would like to see it sometime, Tom.
Well,
As far as the number of rentals and, yeah, what's collected, what's still on the books.
now since this administration's come in, I want you to know, we're not giving things away.
yeah.
And we are charging, and we have ideas where we are going to expand the whole area. New website, the whole spiel, and we are going to be open for business at the Mid-America Science Park. And so it's a wonderful facility, and we want to utilize and maximize one of the city's greatest assets. We have a lot of money invested there, and it shows. It is a stellar property that the city owns. So, so I mean, I want to help people. We also have to make sure that we're collecting enough money to pay the bills, and you know, so maybe have a motion to table this one to the next meeting to see what we're going to talk to council about and see what the thoughts are. Were they wanting the whole event center? Is that what that is?
They're wanting just the banquet hall that evening.
Just the banquet hall?
Yeah, just the banquet hall that evening, the evening of their event.
And that's what, $600?
$600.
$600.
And that's at the nonprofit rate.
That's what?
That's at the nonprofit rate.
That is the number.
Yeah.
So the nonprofit rate is less than the going rate.
Yep.
So,
I'll make a motion to table it until council puts their input into it.
I'll second that.
okay. We have a motion to table this United Way and seconded by Karen Gricius. Any comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Tables. What's next?
The next one I had was for Scott County Emergency Management on October 21st. They're asking for a fee waiver because they're going to be doing free community training for all emergency support organizations within the county that day.
Which is what?
Which would be all fire and police throughout the county and paramedics, EMS.
So this is volunteer.
Volunteer plus paid. She said that it's a community free training for all emergency support organizations within our county. Not sure if I have funding for space rental. And this is going to be for the full day or on the 21st. Give me just a second and I'll pull that calendar up.
I mean, all these entities are going to have some type of funding. I mean, surely they can chip in something to be able to help pay the utilities and have people out there.
You would think they could, something.
The county's going to be there with EMS and 911, it sounds like.
I don't know anything about it.
Huh?
First I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Hold on, it's asking for my password that I'm locked out. They're looking at 10/21 from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. is what they're looking at
So
for
they
that
don't-
day, for a full day.
Yeah.
And then, you want me to go ahead to the next one?
Sure, what's the next one?
The next one's the Scott County Chamber Annual Dinner. They've given 4 different possibilities in April of 2022 that they're asking for a fee waiver for their annual dinner.
Let's table that one as well. October what, 24th?
October 21 on Scott County Emergency Management and April of 2022 on the next one.
April 22.
Okay, that's all the mask waivers.
Do you want official action to table those, or?
We have a motion to table these last two.
I'll make that one.
Tom Lewis makes a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Karen Grush seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you. Thank you, Councilor. If you didn't have the elbows right on your heels, I'll let you know that.
Okay, I'm gonna skip down to item D, personnel. The first thing that I have for you guys is just to announce that Jim Binkley retired from the city of Scottsburg effective 9/1. So on 9/5, Willie Daniels was appointed as the electric department superintendent to replace Bink with his retirement. The next thing that I have is to approve hiring Ray Dawson as the part-time code enforcement. And in that, we would also like to prorate his clothing allowance to $100 and approve a monthly cell phone stipend of $50. And he will be hired as a part-time code enforcement, working 28 hours a week.
See, taking place of
Wait,
the
yeah.
other lady.
Yeah, let me go back to Mr. Binkley. We want to thank Mr. Binkley for his service to the city of Scottsburg. And he took over after Jim Sadley, who was an amazing department head as well. And we just want to say thank you to Jim Binkley. Jim Binkley was in the Lineman Hall of Fame nationwide. Very knowledgeable and a lot of skill sets. So we wish out a big thank you to Jim Binkley. So now then on the, which one was it now?
Approve hiring Ray Dawson as part-time code enforcement officer and prorate his clothing allowance to
We had,
$100 for the rest of the year.
for this year.
Okay, what about the cell phone stipend?
$50.
we had multiple applications on that, and
This was the lady that we hired.
and so,
It's taking her spot.
right.
So is the part-time sufficient hours?
Part-time is
Is the
sufficient,
job
it's gonna
done?
be 28 hours.
Okay.
And he would be effective tomorrow, starting tomorrow.
So,
Yeah, I guess everyone's interviewed him, comfortable with it.
Mr. Dawson is for State Union State Police. Mr. Dawson is retired Air Force chief.
He's also was the former Scottsburg City Police Officer.
That's Scottsburg PD officer, Indiana State Police.
He did 10 years state police, did early retirement, and then he retired from the Air Force, National Guard, Reserve.
Reserve.
He was active Air Force for a while.
And wasn't he like chief of their security as
He was
well?
the highest ranking enlisted officer they had.
Yeah,
But he could be an enforcer then.
yes, airman's.
Even though he is, the title does have officer in it, while he is on duty for the city, he cannot act in any official officer capacity, such as arrest or anything of that nature, and we will have him sign something to that effect as well.
He's not a sworn or not a merit officer for the chief, unfortunately. So.
He's all yours, man.
Thank you, chief.
I'll make a motion to approve the hire as Jessica stated.
Tom Lewis makes a motion to go forward.
I'll second.
Mr. Dawson. Karen Grush seconds. Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous.
The last personnel issue that I have is to approve hiring Daryl Cyphers as a part-time fireman, effective 9/19 of this month. He's been a volunteer for the department for 38 years, and they'd like to bring him to the part-time, to hire him part-time.
How many employees does the fire department have?
We have 3 full-time, and we have probably,
5 or 6 part-time, I want to say. Does that sound
There
about
was
right?
like only one on the payroll, and 1 or 2 this week on it as our part-timers. Like James that came and spoke to council, it's hard to get people to give their time.
No.
One of them had worked 8 hours and one had worked 24 hours, and then the other 3 people.
And our fire department, as we saw this past weekend, our country was a great deal to our law enforcement and fire. You know, 9/11 was certainly, at least in my lifetime and our lifetimes, we've seen 2 surprise attacks. One was at Pearl Harbor, and the other was Lower Manhattan. And we all saw on this 20th anniversary how firemen were rushing in there to try to save people. And in that effort, they lost their lives. So, again, it's these men are professionally trained. They go through a tremendous amount, even part-time. We're actually recruiting in the high school now. So, you know.
Is that effective?
9/19.
So-
Okay.
Mr. Cyphers has been a very faithful volunteer for 30-plus years. How many years, Jess?
38.
38 years.
Wow.
38 years. A fireman.
I'll make a motion to approve the mayor.
Tom Lewis makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Karen Grisham seconds. Anything else? Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Thank you very much.
Okay. With the change in the electric department, we would like to get approval to issue Willie Daniels a credit card since Jim Binkley will no longer have one. So we would like to ask him to approval to issue him a credit card in the amount of $7,000.
Jess, let me ask you a question. Is that card not just for that department?
It is.
No, but it has to have their name on it.
So it has to have their
the
name?
department head's name,
Department head's
not
name.
do it City of
Okay.
Scottsburg
Yeah.
anymore.
Okay.
So that's the reason that we're asking.
Yeah, okay.
They've turned in Jim Binkley's to the clerk treasurer's office, which is
Okay.
why we're now asking for one to be issued in Willie's name.
Okay, very fine.
I'll make that motion.
Tom Lewis makes the motion to go forward and issue
I'll second.
credit card to Willie Daniels, and Karen Grisham seconds that. Is there any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous.
And the only thing I have left is the sewer adjustments that Leslie asked me to present that are there for your guys' approval.
Thank you.
And that's all I have.
Okay, next we have the wonderful Miss Jan Harding. What do you have for us tonight?
I need, if everyone's looked at the claims, I would like to have a motion to accept those as presented.
I'll make a motion to accept it as presented.
Second.
Hearing first and second, are there any questions, comments on the claims? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous.
Okay, then I have our yearly maintenance agreement with Boys, which is for our software maintenance. And that is split depending, it's either split 5 ways, 4 ways, depending on just utilities use it or if the city uses it also. So the total is $14,315, and that is for the year.
That keeps all the computer stuff going, is that what?
That's our, yes. They give us our updates and yes.
Let me explain this. This is for, go ahead and tell them what this is for. This is for the, what's the name of it?
Keystone.
Keystone.
That's what we
Keystone.
use currently.
And that's what the clerk treasurer wants to stay with.
That's the program.
That's a program, and it will include support, the software. Do you get new additions?
We get updates.
The
yes,
updates, okay.
yes.
They always update.
We as a city, we're looking at going to a new software. And not, the clerk treasurer does not want to go to this, but we want to go to a new software.
This would still, the mayor, for the new one, they said it's a year to get it implemented. This is our payroll, this is our fixed assets, this is billing, this is everything that we currently use in the city.
But the city is looking at a software so that somebody coming in and renting a home is going to pay an upfront. It's not going to be paying a security deposit. You're going to get a prepaid meter. So you want to pay 100, 200, 500, whatever it is. And so they can see their usage on time. They can see their water usage. If you go to Florida and say, did I leave the water? Is the water running? So you can look up and see, yeah, you got water running. So you call your sense, they go turn it on. So, but it gives you could pay anywhere in the world with it, so we're gonna bring that new software in the city as well. So we'll be coming back with it. So this is just for the software here, for them to do all their payroll, all the books, and then those changeovers are crazy, so. But the software's
That's
working great for the
minimal
clerk
compared
treasurer.
to what?
Right.
Well, but, okay. What is the update? We had reached out to your office, Mayor, on when is that, where do we stand on that software?
We are still going through the educational part of this, in that I need spokesmen from other cities that are endorsing. We're looking at two softwares right now, and I have yet to get endorsements from the cities. So, I know Leslie was working on that, and she's been out. But I want to talk to cities in the state of Indiana who's using this, who has all the praise in the world for it. This is a lot of money. It's 6 figures. So before I put my name to something like that, I want to make sure it's exactly what we want. So, so right now, we're continuing with the Keystone here. But
So this is maintenance for what we have now.
For everybody, yeah,
Right.
everything
Yeah.
we're using.
Everything we're using.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve
Thank you,
the
Tom.
contract.
is there a second?
I'll second.
Questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passed.
Okay, I'd like to report that the insurance committee met for our health insurance. They met last Friday, and the city is part of the AIM Medical Trust, which they put us in with all the other municipalities in the city. So we were fortunate, the rate was minimal this year, and the recommendation from the insurance committee, which is basically the department heads, is to remain with the same 2 plans that we had last year, offering a PPO and an HSA plan, and then dental, vision, and life. And it's a minimal increase. It's for a single plan, it's like $1 a week. For the family, it's $7 or so. So it's very minimal in the world of insurance. So I would just like a motion to accept the recommendation of the insurance committee.
And the clerk treasurer highly espouses this, because it's been a great thing, right?
It certainly has.
Yeah. I make a motion that we accept the insurance committee's recommendation, go with the same one we had.
I'll second it.
Tom Lewis makes the motion, Karen Bush seconds. Any questions, comments, concerns? And I've talked to the A people, and they just are very wonderful to work with as well. So I second Jan's.
And we have to let them know by Thursday. So like what you approved for us, so we certainly appreciate that. We appreciate Carmen leaving us the notes as to, hey, you need to get the committee together, and because, so. I'd also like to report to the board that today,
Yeah, all in favor, say aye.
sorry.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous, thank you.
I'd like to report to the board that to date, we have had 3 payouts for our sewer project with a total of $4.3 million and some change. So that was basically over a 4-month period. And
That doesn't need approval, that's.
no, just an update,
Thank you for that.
because there's no claims that come through, because we just sign off once the engineer and the development, Greg Marks has seen them, they said, yeah. So I just wanted to keep you in the loop on it.
So are they on schedule or did they?
Oh, we're 2 weeks back.
2 weeks.
2 weeks back.
That's not bad.
We are, yeah, we're 2 weeks back due to weather, but you're going to be amazed. I mean, it's just like Christmas. I mean, you go out there, they're just finishing pouring the last section of the west wall. The reactors are in. They're getting ready to pour the headworks now. I mean, it's just fantastic. It's just
We need to pick
fantastic.
another trip up.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It is fun. Ellie, you want to talk about something fun? This is so cool. This is so neat. And have Dad take you out, show you this sometime. It's really good. So, but and hopefully we will have a big grand opening, and so that the city can come out and see what their money is going for, and we're basically doubling this capacity, repurposing our old plant, which is all paid for. So we didn't have to go to that expense. So it's just going to be fantastic. So, what
That's all
else?
I have. That's all.
Okay, great. great. Chief, anything else?
I'm good.
Okay, then, folks, thank you for staying with us. We'll accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Karen Gracious makes that motion, and we're adjourned. Miss Ella, thank you so much for your help today, girl. Woo-hoo!